Hi there and welcome to another Bitesize Piano lesson. This lesson is going to be about a cool trick that you could use to create a really dark, ominous, mysterious chord progression. So I have done a separate video on how to create a dark gothic sort of piano composition, so I'll link that down below in case you're interested, but this one is just going to be about chord progressions. So I'm going to teach you this one trick which I'm going to call a mediant shift. So let's dive in and I'll explain what that means. So just so you know where I've placed my camera, this is middle C. Because we're playing dark sounding chords, we need to be playing them quite low down, so I'm not really going to be playing much above middle C. So a mediant shift, or the mediant cycle. So this is an interesting chord progression. You can start on any minor chord that you want. So let's just go over the formula for a minor chord. All of these chords are going to be minor. So a minor chord, if we take C minor for example, this is a formula so you can work out any minor chord on the piano from any note. We have your first note, and then we need the next note is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 keys away. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have E flat. And then the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is going to be 5 keys away from the middle note. So we have starting note, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's your first and your third. And your last note from this note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for example, C minor is C, E flat and G. If we just use that on another chord, so let's take F minor for example, so we have F. So we need 4 notes away from F, with F counting as the first. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have A flat. And then 5 notes away from A flat, with A flat being 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's F minor. So that's just a formula to work out any minor chord. We go back to C minor. So a mediant shift. Mediant means the third, means 3 in music theory. So in this case, the E flat is the mediant of C minor, of the scale of C minor. E flat is the third note of that scale. So what we're going to do, the next chord is going to start from E flat. And we're also going to play a minor chord. So this now will be E flat minor. So E flat, G flat, and B flat. And then we're going to do the same again. We're going to take the mediant, so in this case G flat. That's going to form the root note of the next chord. So I'm going to switch and start to call it F sharp minor so it doesn't become too complicated. So this is G flat, but it's also F sharp. So F sharp minor is F sharp A in C sharp. Again, if we do the same thing again, we take the mediant, in this case A is the mediant of F sharp minor, and we play A minor, that gives us A minor. And then if we take the mediant of that again, we're back to C minor. So then that's the cycle. It's a 4 chord cycle in total. So we have C minor, E flat minor, F sharp minor, A minor, and it has a pretty interesting, eerie, dark feel to it. Even more so if we add really low notes in the left hand. So I'm going to add octaves just to support the chords. My lowest note is out of shot there. So we've got C's in the left hand, then E flats, F sharps. So of course this is just playing the chords once at a time. You could have a go at playing really slow 4 times. So that's playing all of the chords in root position. So let's have a go at inverting these chords. So keeping all the notes the same of the chords, just playing the notes in a different order. If for some reason you don't know what inversion chords are, I've also left a full in-depth tutorial for you about those below. They're very important. We'll start on root position. C minor. Now I'm going to also play E flat minor in root position. And I think F sharp minor. I think it's the last chord I'm going to change. There, because we have this like semitone lead down. It just sounds better than it going up again. So we have let's start it from a different set of chords. Let's start it from E minor. So E, G and B. So again we're taking the median, the middle note, which is G. So now it's become G minor. Taking the middle note, which is B. This has become B flat minor. Taking the middle note, which we'll call C sharp, we won't call it D flat. And then we're back to the E minor again. So there we had E minor, G minor, B flat minor, and C sharp minor. So now if we play around with inversions of those chords, let's start on an inversion. I'm going to start low, so I'm going to start E minor, second inversion, so that's B, E and G. And then to get to G minor, I'm going to keep my little finger on the G and change to D, the D and B flats. This is first inversion of G minor, so we'll do that again. E minor, G minor, and then we've got B flat minor, so I could just bring that into root position. So that's B flat, D flat and F. And then we could play also C sharp minor in root position. Repeat it. So there are two different examples of the chord progression starting from different chords, and of course you can experiment starting on any minor chord, and now you know how to perform a minor chord starting from any note. We've played around with inversions as well. I'm going to give you a couple more things you could add. So we're going to look at adding diminished. So I think adding a diminished chord always sounds good on the last chord of this chord progression. So let's go back to the first chord progression, so the C minor. So E, A and C. So an E diminished would be adding the E flat in there. That's a diminished chord. So we're just going to play it in this order instead. So it's not affecting the third. It's not affecting the third. So that's like the common note of all the sort of chains through these chords. So it gives it a bit more of a dramatic. You could play around with adding sixths as well. I always think this sounds good on any of the chords, but particularly the second one. So C minor. Now we've got E flat minor. We're gonna add the sixth. In this case, it's a C. The sixth note of the scale of E flat minor. You could just play those three notes if you want to, because you're already playing E flats in the left hand. And that gives us again that chromatic, that bit more of a spooky, eerie lead up as well between that and the next chord. So that's C minor, E flat minor 6, F sharp minor, and A diminished. So you could incorporate adding the sixth in there as well. To add a sixth to a minor chord, from the top note, so we have E flat, for example, G flat, and B flat, we add a tone on top. So 1, 2, 3 keys apart. So that will give us a C. For example, to add a 6 to C minor, again we add 1, 2, 3. That would be in C minor 6. You could try making it into a waltz, so changing the actual timing. I still think it needs to be quite low down and slow for it to sound as dark and eerie and like gothic as possible. We could go play some really low octaves. 1, 2, haunting. So just before you go back and repeat that chord progression again. So I hope you enjoy playing around with this chord progression. Let me know if you use it in anything. Please follow me on Instagram, tag me on things you've worked on using my lessons over there, and I will see you in the next lesson.
So that's the end of this video. If you would like to leave a request, leave them in the comments section below of this video. I've also left some videos here that I think you might like, so go and check those out as well. I also have a course. Visit Bitesize Piano Course.co.uk and you can enroll and start learning how to read music. I'll see you in the next video.